And welcome back to Banished. Let's see, we are at the early summer of the year 21. We have 44 adults, 10 children, or 10 students, and 12 children, for a total population of, let's see, 44, 54, 64, 66 total population. Things are looking good. We've got lots of housing going on in here around the market, and it's going to continue growing. We have plenty of food, stone, wood, firewood. We don't have any coal, but we don't have a coal mine. Plenty of iron, plenty of stored tools, and I ought to think about putting together a coal mine. You know, come to think of it, I think that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and unpause this. Leave it at 1x for a minute. A mine, okay. Put it right there, and when that one goes online, it'll become a coal mine. And let's make sure we've got roads going out to it, of course. That'll do for the moment. Let's see, let's get somebody on the builder position. Back up to 5x, get that mine going and start it producing coal. Once it does, we can switch our blacksmith over to steel tools. I'm still looking for another trader to come by so that we can get this thing. We don't have any chickens, so stop working that. Take the person off. They can be a spare laborer for now. The place will be there in the event we, at such time when we finally get more animals to put in there. We'll just repurpose it to whatever animals we get. Nutjob Hills is doing pretty good. People are healthy, they're happy. Even though they slave away in mines and cut trees all day and so on and whatnot, they're healthy and happy. That's the official government position. They all love their jobs. Take that builder off. No, we got to leave that builder on. Let's add a second one now that we've got another laborer. Get that thing operational. And at least one of our builders is going to become a coal miner. Probably be a good idea. Set up a stockpile right near this thing. So they have a place to put stuff instead of just throwing it in the yard or laying it along the street. Stonecutter died of old age. Well, it happens. All right. Okay, the mine is progressing, going at a decent pace now that there's 2 people working on it. Get that thing going, and one of these builders is going to graduate to coal mining. You know, it's been a while since the last trader. We need another one to come by. Preferably with animals that can go into this pasture. get on 10x and finish that. And it occurs to me it would be a good idea to have a house there for our coal miner to live in. Forester died of old age. Stop doing that. Yeah, I know. I say stop doing that right after I comment about it happens. Well, it does, but I don't have to be happy about it. I'm trying to increase my population, and you people keep dying on me. Another trading post thing. Chickens. Okay, this time I will give in and buy 2. 800 units. Trade. Dismiss. Get out of my face. Alright. We'll assign somebody here. Tell them to work it. 2 out of 29 chickens. I'm going to stick this up here so I can keep an eye on it. I want to see the population rise. And let's take both builders off. No, one builder off. We still got to finish that house. Alright, go back to 10x. I want to see this number of chickens go up this time. I don't know why it didn't last time. I bought 1, just like I've seen many people do, and they reproduced, and mine didn't. Even though it had plenty of good size area and somebody working it. We'll see. Okay, house finished, miner living there. Gotta check, oh, set that to coal. You are a coal miner. Alright, I'm gonna kill some time here and just do some general maintenance as needed and come back in say a year or so, or when something significant happens. Alright, I've come to the conclusion that a single woodcutter is no longer enough to keep up with the demand. So I'm going to go ahead and set a second one in. Let's get somebody assigned to build it. And they can take the woodcutter job when it's finished. We've got a bunch of messages here recently about reserve of firewood is low, so I figure a second woodcutter will take care of that. Another one died of old age. This was a laborer. That's why you want to try to have more than one laborer. Yes, I know the reserve of firewood is low. I'm working on it. Okay. Almost done. We're working on it here. Still only 2 chickens. And they're hammering away here. busy little town. Okay. We have a second woodcutter. Take the builder off and just put him back as a laborer. We have a couple of chickens, but they're not breeding. Alright. I'm going back into maintenance mode until we have some more significant events. And by the way, just as I cut out, we now have a third chicken. I also figured out why the reserve of firewood is low, because I paid for the chickens with firewood, and of course the market immediately proceeded to grab firewood from in town to restock itself. But that's okay. A second woodcutter will help compensate for that in the future. Alright, back to maintenance mode. Alright, we have another trader arriving. This guy has apple seeds. I'm not so sure I want apple seeds. Well, an orchard wouldn't be bad. Alright, let's get one. And we'll pay in iron tools. No, hide coats first. And then we'll go with iron tools. And I guess we have to pull the balance in firewood. Close enough. And now get thee gone. Alright. Now, since we have apple seeds, it's time to set up an orchard. I think right over here by the chicken coop is going to be as good a place as any. Alright, orchard here. Road going over to it. Assign one builder and start the clock again. And when the orchard is done, this guy can take up the job of orchard operator. I guess that would probably be a farmer, I guess. I guess we'll find out. Imagine it's going to qualify as a farmer. Okay, orchard. One guy, take the builder off, and yes, he qualifies as a farmer. And we'll have it work apple. Up to 4 chickens. Okay, another laborer. Good. And of course it's the wrong time of year to be planting, so they won't be planting until spring, and it's early winter. Which means I'm going back into maintenance mode. Okay, we have another merchant arriving. And what does this guy have available? Pecans, walnut, cabbage, eggs, and apples. No thank you. I don't want any of that. Not yet. Okay, dismiss this guy. I suppose I shouldn't have dismissed him if we were going to do any checking on orders, but it doesn't matter. Okay. So, things are continuing at a nice little pace here. The apple trees have been planted. They haven't actually produced anything yet. We're getting there. The one thing I've done is, because of my hard drive difficulties and the potential for losing stuff and losing progress, I've changed the autosave interval from 5 minutes to 1 minute. It's probably not ideal, but I think it will help. And now we go back to some more maintenance mode, just cruising along and letting things happen, letting the population grow. We're up to 46 adults, 13 students, and 18 children. That school's going to get real busy soon. Might even have to build another one. One thing I am going to do, however, is now that I've got some coal, switch the blacksmith over to steel tools. And that should help, because the steel tools last longer and they have a higher sell value. Alright, another trader showing up. And this guy has firewood for sale. Oh dude, I could sell you firewood. What else do you got here? Coats. Okay, you got finished products. And I'm not going to buy finished products, so no thank you. Dismissed. Meanwhile, things are progressing. We're up to 18 chickens. They're producing a decent amount of eggs, 96 eggs. Let's see, our orchard hasn't produced any apples yet, but the trees at least look mature. We have 49 adults, 18 students, 14 children. So our population's getting up there very nicely. We're going to break 100 population. Let's see, 49, 59, 60, 75-ish now. I'm not doing the math on those numbers. I know it would be simple to, well, let me go ahead and do the math on it. Okay, fine. We got 49 adults and 18 students and 14 children, for a total population of 81 people now. Not bad. Not bad for a little burg that started out with a cart and 4 families. So, back up to 10x and just kind of let this thing coast a little bit. Actually, no, wait a minute. I think I will put in a few more houses along here. And I'll just assign a builder or two to work on those. And we'll get those things built and let our population go up some more. I figured we've got the food resources and the firewood resources and everything. With 2 woodcutters, we'll be able to keep up with that. Got everything we need for these guys, so let's just keep them going. And I ought to think strongly about putting in a second school, because this one is reaching its limit of 20 students really soon. Schoolhouse, okay. You're not going to fit there, are you? Of course you're not. Alright, we'll put you up there. Alright. That's done. Put you over this going. 3 more houses, another schoolhouse. We'll have a lot more room for students. Keep the education thing going, because educated citizens work faster, they have fewer stupid accidents, and so on. Very good. Year 24. Population is 80 something or other. Whatever it was I said. And we're doing pretty good here. Another house done. They move in, they run out to the market, they grab a bunch of stuff. And so on. And then they get in there and they start making more children. And run the population up. We'll have a second teacher here soon. 20 students per teacher. Have an educated population and so on. I think at this point it's safe to say that all of the original settlers and their original children have died off by this time. Most of them from old age. A few of them from really stupid things like getting crushed by a tree or a rock or stuff like that, but mostly just old age. No starvation since the first year. At least I don't believe so. We're doing pretty good here. And so I'm going to go back into maintenance mode until our next significant event. Okay, amidst having a couple of people die of old age and immediately being replaced by handy laborers, we have another trader showing up. Do you have something I want? You have pumpkin seeds, wool coats, potato seeds, pumpkin, cherry, walnut seeds. Let's get potato seeds. And how are we going to pay for all this? Okay, steel tools are worth 10. We've got 20 of them in there. Okay. Let's see. Iron tools. Some firewood. Another 620 units. Whoops. Okay, make that 9. That'll do. Trade. And dismiss. Alright, I'm going to cut the iron tools here down to nothing, because I don't think we have any left in town. I've got the guy making steel tools. I think for now that'll do. If I start having shortages, I'll have to cut some of the other things out of there until they catch back up. Alright, now what did I just buy? It was seeds of something, so I need to set up a farm. Let's get a better view here. Leave one space for a road. Crop field, 13 by 10. We'll clear out some stone too in the process. Let's set a couple of builders working on that. Turn the clock back on. Population is 55 adults, 16 students, and 17 children. And I have a reasonably high confidence that we're going to get the number of students to the point where one schoolhouse could not have handled it. So building a second one was a good idea. That's right, I bought potatoes. That's what it was. Alright, finish it up. Alright. Set that for potatoes. Put 3 people working it. Take the builders off duty. And my plan here is to always keep the max number of farmers and to never turn the thing off. Because when they don't have any farming work to do, they will do general labor work just like everybody else. And if it's never turned off, they will automatically do their harvesting thing when they have to. And I waited until now to get into crops, because crops can be kind of problematic from what I've seen, what with fall and harsh winters and stuff like that, or sudden fall and whatnot. And it can be something that's kind of a problem when it comes to having that as your primary source of food. I don't want to have it as a primary food. Let's see, can I sneak a road in here? No, I'll have to come around the side of the house. I know I left room for a road. What the heck's going on here? Well, I guess I didn't. There. Got a squawking gaggle of chickens. They're producing quite a bit of eggs and chicken now that the population is maxed. Very good. Probably be putting another line of houses along here. Well, let's see. If I take a road from here straight up this way, and then get a decent view of where that's going to be. I want to bring it around here and eventually connect it up with the main road over here. I guess I have to wait for them to clear that pathway. Set for potatoes, there's people working it, okay. Alright. And it's going to come up this way. Oop, trader time. Let's kill the clock. Find out what he's got. Wool coats. I don't suppose one of you guys would be willing to bring me some sheep. Dismissed. Get thee gone. Okay. There we go. Oh, I didn't get a builder. Wait a minute, I don't think I need a builder. I don't have anything building right now. The field is done. Just keep them as a laborer. Laborers do things like clear pathways and crap. Alright, we're doing pretty good here. And here's our first potato crop. Very good. Alright. Start with the new houses right there. They live next to a potato field and a chicken farm. They'll probably end up working in the farm. Very good. Yield is going up as the spring progresses into summer. And by having the max farmers, we won't have any problems with running out of stuff. Okay, we're doing pretty good here. All the professions are maxed. The farmers are maxed, the fisherman, the gatherer, the hunter, woodcutters, foresters, herbalists. We've got a pair of teachers. Now these professions over here are not all maxed. Of course, the vendor, trader, we only have one each of those. 4 miners and 4 stone cutters. But at the moment, we don't necessarily need a whole lot more of these things. So I'm going to hold off on expanding that stuff because sometime soon I want to expand this little town into a new area. And I'm thinking probably either over there, or actually it might be better to go over here. But that'll happen eventually. It won't happen this episode though. I want to see how this crop field produces its first time out. We have 7 laborers. You know, everything's just doing great. I want to start gradually replacing, one at a time, replacing these wooden houses with stone, upgrading them to stone, because they'll use less firewood, and it'll be another sign of success. You know, to have a house, a bunch of places start turning into stone houses. And a town hall is not out of the question. It may happen sometime soon. Not 100% certain where, but it's probably going to be in this area somewhere. Somewhere around here. I might sneak it in over here by the market. How big is the town hall anyway? Okay, it could fit right there. 62 logs, 124 stone, and 48 iron. Okay, town hall, go. And let's pop on some builders. Keep 2 laborers available. potato crop is predicting a 71% yield if it was harvested right now. Which, it's late summer, we still got into autumn before that's going to happen. Wooden house is done. Okay, they're harvesting and they're going to get a good yield out of it, I think. And we will have a town hall. This episode's running a tad long, but I'm going to keep it going until the town hall comes up and have a look at some of the graphs that it makes available. It's early autumn. The potato yield is being harvested quickly. We got farmers living in that house. That was the idea. Herdsman and a farmer here. Another house around here somewhere for more farmers to live in, and everything will be great. 60 adults, 13 children, or 13 students and 20 children. So we're upwards of 90 people here now. Town hall is finishing up. We're doing good. Town hall is up. Okay. Graphs. Let's have a look at it. Let's see, the town is 26 years old. Let's just do a 25-year graph. There's our population going up. Adults. I see children is in red. Students are in blue here. Not bad. We're doing pretty good here. Another trader. Okay. Pause this. Have a look at what he's got. Cabbage seeds, coal, pear, berries, iron. I don't want that stuff. And he's got seeds and food, finished products. And I don't want that. I want sheep. Since I can't order sheep from him, so much for you. Off with you. Off with your head. He didn't give me what I want. Off with his head. There you go. Okay, we're doing pretty good here. These barns are about half full. These aren't nearly so busy now that the market is over here grabbing stuff out of them. What other graphs we got? Citizens. See, here was things went kind of bad with the clothing level. It went down, and they were running around naked here for a while, and then we got Taylor up, took care of that. Happiness in green, it went down, up and down and up and down. It's okay, sort of, kind of ish. The health got bad, got better, and now it's better than it's ever been. Food storage. Our food supply is doing good. We will someday reach that 50,000 food limit. Logs, stone, firewood, yeah. You can see the big dip is where I've used firewood with the market. Not bad. We're doing pretty good. Nomads are not asking anything. Trade items. Acquired seeds and livestock. Okay, good. Alright. So, here's where I pause this thing, set the speed all the way down, and I'm going to save it. And we'll pick up next time with the continued growth of Nutjob Hills. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.